So for me, there were two things where I feel like he was best known philosophically. I think the thing he's best known for, obviously in terms of his career, is Dilbert, with many other close seconds. But for me, he had a couple of concepts, and one was mainstreaming the idea of persuasion being important in American public life. And I want you to speak to that, Joel. The one that was most resonant with me, and I read several of his books, I forget which one it came from, but he was really big into systems and explaining how having a system for work productivity, for nutrition, or exercise, that's really one of the keys to life. And if people pay attention to me, and if I mentor anyone in our company, I'm always telling people to dial in your routines. Routine is not a good word. System is a better word. And there were things that I set in place in my life, and people ask me how I get as much done as I do. And a lot of it is based on systems. And a lot of that's kind of inspired by Scott.
Yeah. Well, the system part of it is developing something you can do every day or in a regular pattern. And the classic example would be getting in shape or weight loss or getting off the couch. He said the system for getting off the couch isn't to tell yourself that you're lazy or to tell yourself that you're getting fat. He said just have a system of moving one finger at a time. If you can move your
Yep.
feet, then you can get off the couch. It was a way of orienting yourself toward better habits, basically. He said you could achieve more if you thought that way rather than in terms of goals. So instead of saying I need to lose 30 pounds, just say I'm going to exercise every day and I'm going to cut out one dessert, and then you're on your way. The other part of it, persuasion, really is his own genius. It was applying a filter, as he called it, to reality and understanding that facts didn't really matter anymore in an age of social media. What really mattered was who could make the most persuasive argument. And this brings it back to someone that you and I know and worked with at Breitbart, Ben Shapiro. Ben had, for many years, I haven't looked at his social media in a while, but for many years he had pinned to the top of his X feed, "Facts don't care about your feelings." That's his famous tagline.
Yeah.
Facts don't care about your feelings. And Scott had great admiration for Ben's intellect, but he said, that's actually 100% wrong. The feelings don't care about your facts. And
Yeah, and can I tell you something amazing about that, Joel? And you've heard me say this in private, and I've said it on air a couple times too, but I try not to make a big deal about it. I did not know Scott said that, and I've said the same thing. I've always thought that quote was completely not. We want that to be true. The facts don't care about your feelings, but in reality, what we've been witnessing in American life over the last decade, in particular, is that the feelings are what drives people.